Yeah, I'm going to install a new zipper in my, this is actually, there's two zippers in here actually, in the window on the Jeep. But what I always had a problem with on these Jeeps was this. If you notice, you know, the teeth on the zippers themselves, air will blow through those teeth and also through the cloth on the side here. And it's not a problem when you're going about 20-25 miles an hour, but if you're doing about 65 or 60, it sucks, man. No matter how much you freaking seal this up. And this is fairly well sealed up. Actually, there's a zipper and a zipper. I just decided what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to change this window out, even though this window is not too bad. I'm going to do it like the other one. This is a 30 below cold crack window. I sewed it in there. It's got a good zipper on there. It's just got the one zipper. But this is what I'm going to be doing on this side. This is probably what you need to be doing on Jeeps that have side curtains. Now, I know this is a Suzuki Samurai or SJ413 or Jimny, and it's pretty rare. Now, this is the only foreign vehicle actually I ever bought in my life. I actually got this over in Japan. But I'll tell you one thing. This damn little thing in stock form is not too bad, and it sips gasoline, and it's got an HHO kit in it. But what I'm going to do is take this, and I'm going to put vinyl over this. Keep the old vinyl, sew the vinyl over this, so it's going to be double layer. So it's going to have a little more insulation if you're in a cold climate. Now, the problem with the zipper, when you even have it zipped up, what happens is air blows through this cloth, right? This cloth right here. Now, this is a special marine grade zipper. This is number 10 millimeter wide. Like if you get a zipper for these, get a 10 millimeter. That's what they call them, number 10. It means 10 millimeter width for the zipper. That's very heavy duty. It's plastic, but this is coated with like a polyurethane. So what it means is it's basically waterproof. Well, water resistant actually would be a better word for it. Water resistant. But when this is sewed into double vinyl, it's going to be really windproof. So there's not going to be any wind blowing through this cloth, because normally what happens is, even if you sew it in there really good, and I have basically what you call it down here, as you might see it. Probably have to fix some of these snaps though. There's a weather strip adhesive down there. You see that? Besides the little thing that's on here stock, that weather strip adhesive gives it a little better seal along the bottom. And it does seal pretty good along here. The one problem was this stupid zipper where the damn cloth is. And a solution to that is, and then, you know what? If you buy these things from the aftermarket, say you got a CJ5 or CJ7 or CJ3A or whatever the hell it is, and you put these zippers in, the ones they sell, I mean, they come with the side curtains and it's soft doors. They are cloth. They don't have this. They don't have this. You'd have to put this in yourself. This is actually a marine type zipper that is water resistant, so you don't need a flap over it. So if I'm going down the road about 60 miles an hour, I'm not going to be getting cold breezes in there. It's going to be sealed up just like closing a glass window. And later I'm going to actually put, you know, I'm down in Florida. If I go up north, I'm going to put foam insulation across the top here with a couple supports to keep the heat in. Because the heat, and this does a pretty good heater. It's a soft top and these side curtains that make this thing kind of drafty. But we'll solve all that. So this is going to get hand sewn in, the side curtain, and I'm not going to machine sew it, even though I have a little walking foot. I'm going to hand sew the whole thing in there, because I could tie off a knot every so often. And I'm going to hand sew in a brand new 30 below cold crack window, and that should do it. Okay, so I got some black outdoor vinyl. That's this stuff right here. And what I'm going to do is, I took the window out. You can see that. Now that window was sewed in here probably about 15 years ago. It's still fairly clear. And I'm using outdoor polyester thread. You don't want to use nylon. You want to use outdoor. So I'm going to hand sew this in. I think, well, the machine could probably do it, but I don't want to put too many stitches through here, and I want to tie it off every few inches just to make double sure it doesn't screw up. But what it's going to happen is this is going to get folded over, and I'm going to trace out right along here where I cut it, where this is going to get folded over to that, and I'll make a separate piece for the bottom. So basically just trace out here. And you know, actually, if you got a million years of time, I mean, it's not like a million years of time. Because, you know, people waste time. You could be watching TV sewing something. Man. So you just trace it out here, because this inner part will fold over, and that'll double up the material that's on here already. So come from here, just kind of eyeball it, because the outside you're not going to see it. You know, you're not going to see it from. Actually, I'll probably make this just one piece. It should be simple. You should be able to do it in one piece. Just cut this out. This will fold over. Maybe not, because there's a little bit. The window goes inside here, inside this area right here. So I'll probably have to make this a separate piece. But the reason I want to hand sew it is because I'm gonna tie it off every, you know, double stitch it, tie it off every so often. So if something unravels, it's not like, you know, when you got something machine sewed, the whole damn thing unravels. And actually, you see this original, this was not even. This is typically how you see it on the older Jeeps, man. The hell with this OEM shit. I know this is Suzuki Samurai, but you'll see this on the other Jeeps too. It's just one piece of vinyl. It's doubled up here, but now it's going to have doubled up this way and extra strong on the corner here, and then I'm going to have that zipper going around there. We'll put that zipper in there and put the 30 below cold crack window in it. It'll take me some time to do it, but I think this is going to really make this plastic window and vinyl half door really seal up good. And you'll notice this has like a little bit of a bump here. That helps seal it, like when you put the snaps against it. But I also have a body strip molding underneath there, like a rubberized body strip molding that goes against this. So this really, it does seal up pretty good. It's just a damn zipper. I remember that was a problem, so that zipper should take care of it. This is going to be doubled up. I want to make that soft top be as super warm, even if it's 0 degrees out. We'll see if I can do that. Okay, so this will be the inside, and this will fold over like that. This will fold over like this, and we're just going to sew it together. And then the zipper is going to be over that. So it's going to be probably about 3 or 4 times as thick as the original vinyl. So that should provide a little insulation. Yeah, I'm already finishing up sewing in the bottom of the window. I don't really have it perfect, but I wish I had this thing from a while back. This is called the Speedy Stitch. I got it from, I guess I got it from Sailrite. I don't even know what kind of thread I got. It's a pretty heavy duty wax thread, and it's a whole lot faster than what the hell I was trying before. You can see I was trying to machine stitch it here. It did alright. It did alright, but it's not really the machine I got. It was kind of torture testing, and it had a walking foot attachment on it. So I'll get this thing in here pretty soon, and I actually have what do you call it, butyl rubber, which is the 60s and 70s car type insulation. I got it on the body, on the door, on the Jeep. This should seal it up pretty good. This should be pretty freaking solid. And I'm actually going through, this damn thing is great, man, because I'm going through, like, I don't know, several layers of vinyl plus a 40 mil cold crack, 30 below Fahrenheit cold crack plastic window that's 40 mil thick or some crap, 40 thousandths or whatever the hell it is. So it's going along great. I'll be almost done. I'm getting ready to put this thing in, and I'm actually going to probably sew an extra flap around the front here, because this is where air blows in. It catches up in here somehow. Like, it stays pretty warm in the Jeep until you go 60 miles an hour. Now, I know I'm down in Florida, but I might be up north. I'm actually, just to give you a heads up, I ordered a Power Tracks locker for it, a couple of U-joints. I'm going to put a Power Tracks locker in the back. I might even put a different bumper up front with a plow, snow plow, for when I play around up north and shit. So this thing's getting set for hold the heat inside with these plastic windows. So, but damn, this thing's great. If you got a Jeep, this is an essential tool, baby. Because you can sew on snaps. If you got some extra top, you got to sew in a snap. I got to sew one in here. I'm just gonna take the cloth from the other one and just sew the snap through there, and it'll be good, man. It'll be good. It'll be solid as shit. So anyway, over and out. Well, the window's in there. Actually, it looks a little what do you call it, fogged up, because it's humid out right now here in Florida. But I got all the snaps down here. I replaced the snap down here. There's one behind it, snap there, and I actually used white thread on it with the Speedy Stitcher. Wish I had this thing before, because I'll tell you what, it is pretty quick. I just ran out of thread, but I'm getting some black thread for it, which is it's 0.65 millimeters. That's roughly it's a little under 30 thousandths. It might be 27 thousandths thick. That's the right size for this needle, which is I don't know if that's considered heavy or light for this thing, but what I did was I kind of made a what do you call that, like a rain guard in the front. So in other words, the zipper's behind this, and there's a rain guard in the front, because what I always had a problem with was not only you have the waterproof zipper, but still wind would blow into this area, and the only thing I got to do is I got to get some more thread for this and secure this down here on the bottom. But that's it. This should be pretty well good for against the wind. And if I need any kind of more heat up in a northern climate, is the best thing, even though I got a brand new top on here, was if you put the Sprint style top, which basically goes like this. It follows the roll bar in there, the roll bar. So there's like a lot less area to heat. So that's another thing too. But one of the things with these half doors, it was a pain in the ass to keep the heat in. And I actually have some butyl rubber underneath here, along the channel here, and I can show you what that is. This is actually old stuff from the 60s and 70s, what they used to insulate cars with. They used to put it on the door jambs and stuff. You used to see this all over the place. They don't use it anymore, but you can still get it. You can still get it. This is strip caulk, this right here. It never really dries out. It just kind of sticks on there, and you just go along the body seam, and what you want to do is have that, if you're up in a winter environment, you want to have that all like under here, so you don't get a breeze blowing up underneath there. Just a little bit of cold air makes a big difference in the heat. So you can have that strip going all the way along this. I used to have that on here when I was up north. Now I know a lot of people don't like, because this is a Japanese vehicle. This is the only Japanese vehicle I ever had. I actually bought it in Japan. It's a Jimny 1300. But what I plan to do later, after I have a locker on the way actually, is I'm going to get like all the parts I get on this car is made in the USA. What I probably will eventually get is a made in the USA bumper with the 2 D rings in the front, the radiator support, with the brush guard in the front, and the setup for the winch, and a class 3 trailer hitch receiver in the front. The reason being is that I could put like an 8,000 pound winch on here, probably from Super Winch, And then the only thing else you'd have, if you want to put like a plow for not just snow but also gravel, dirt, whatever the heck it is, since this thing is under 5 feet wide, you could put a 62-inch plow that works off of a receiver hitch, a 2-inch receiver hitch, with, you know, that's angles front and back and all that type of stuff. If you already have the bumper in the front with the receiver hitch and a winch, for $500, and it'll be just a little wider in this vehicle. This is actually 3.5 inches less wide than a Samurai. It's 3.5 inches more narrow. So it's good to get into skinny spots, I can tell you that right now. And if you need snaps for the top, these are some of the old ones I took out, but I saved them because you might need the studs or something, or you could put a washer inside here and reuse them. Roadless Gear has them. And you can also sew in the outside snaps without replacing them from the old tops. So don't throw away your old tops, because what you could do is you can cut this out and you could sew it up behind where the broken snap is on your top and replace the other side of the snap too. So, you know, don't throw away nothing, because you can actually reuse a lot of stuff on here. So I'm not quite done with this. I'm waiting on some thread to sew this down, but I thought this is a cool idea with having kind of like the rain guard on the front. The main problem, I remember driving this thing, got nice and warm when it was like 25 miles an hour and below, even if it was 10 degrees out, but it got drafty, and a large part of it was blowing through the front here, through the zipper, which now I have that water resistant zipper that's plastic coated, and now I also have this guard on here which will deflect the wind away from the window. And we can put double. I also have one strip of butyl rubber under there, but you can put 2 strips and put it all around the back. This thing should stay pretty warm because that was one of the big problems with a Samurai. When you're traveling down the highway, it gets pretty cool. But I also want to tell you something else. You know, a lot of people, I know sometimes they say these aren't true Jeeps or whatever. I know there's fans one way or the other, but I'm going to tell you this, that this thing is like a, I'd say it's like a Volkswagen and a Model T all wrapped into one. It's so super simple. I'm definitely keeping this damn thing forever for that reason. And I just put USA parts on it anytime I change something. But you know, it's like this thing can 50 years from now it can be running fine. And you know, everything else with their plastic engine blocks, plastic valve covers, plastic transmission mounts, plastic freaking radiators and stuff, it's going to be in the wayside, and it's going to be in the garbage. This thing can actually outlast a lot of new stuff, so I'm definitely keeping it. It's a matter of if it works or not. That's the way I look at it. So anyway, look for videos coming up here pretty soon on installing a locker in the rear. I got a Power Tracks locker. It's on its way. It's been ordered. It's coming from Montana. I get stuff from USA to put on my Japanese vehicle here, and it's been that way ever since I bought this. But I've had this thing since '87, so I've had it 27 years, and I definitely got my use out of this puppy. To tell you one thing, definitely did.